Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tayo Gaur Premanandi.
Yes, they have been in.
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead, Prabhu.
No, I was testing.
And they have been in New Vrindavan for almost 40 years, a little over 40
Yes.
years. They are New Vrindavan Vasis. We are very fortunate to have them with us. There is his wife, Mataji. Is that her? I think that's her.
I believe so, yes.
Behind Prabhupada's Vyasa son. Yes, that is her. We are very Hare Krishna Mother, Hari Bol. So nice to have you. And we're going to experience a very beautiful, musical, interactive journey of Bhagavad Gita from Woodstock to Kurukshetra. Without further delay, Prabhu, it's all yours.
Thank you.
With it.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you so much, Anasuya Prabhu.
Thank you. And I want to say that we were very, Prabhu was very merciful to us that he came to our house on Friday. So my husband and I had a sneak peek of the presentation and we were lost. So please really get into the journey with Prabhu and you're going to love it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Well, thank you all for coming, and we certainly hope that our time together will be fruitful and inspiring in our Krishna consciousness together. Then the name of this program is called Woodstock to Kurukshetra, the mystical musical journey of the dancing white elephants. Does anyone know what Woodstock is? Okay, you do, very good. So sometimes people don't know, so I just have to ask. It was an event that took place in 1969, and it was kind of like the culmination of a decade of great turmoil in our country. And Srila Prabhupada came to the United States during this time, which to me is totally amazing, how Srila Prabhupada could come at that moment of history. So I thought I'd like to begin with, say, some notes. Right? So let's, is this too loud? What does everyone think? Is that too loud? It's the one with the, yeah, that's it. Is that better? Okay. So the melody is from the 1600s, and what's interesting about it is that it was written by a famous composer by the name of Johann Sebastian Bach. And what I find even more interesting is that he wrote these melodies to put to music the hymns and the sermons of a great religious reformer in the Christian world. At that time, his name was Martin Luther. And Martin Luther was born in 1483. What's so interesting is just 3 years later, the greatest reformer in our tradition and throughout the world appeared in this world. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki! And 3 years after that, one of his most intimate disciples appeared, named Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami was the leader of the 6 Goswamis who took the teachings of Lord Chaitanya and wrote them down and disseminated them, enabled Srila Prabhupada to take these teachings and disseminate them throughout the entire world. So I'd like to share with you some prayers of Rupa Goswami. And there's a chorus to this song. It's very simple. It goes, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So you can all say that, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, O Lord of golden hue, O Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when you hear that word hue, that's your cue. Just turn down just a little bit. Maybe a little more up. Dear Lord Chaitanya, the victor of my heart, I see thy mystic dance, your love doeth impart, to charm the fallen souls, Ramadangas keep a time. The sound of your cartels fills my heart with love sublime. I see the joyous man that follows you, how merrily they dance, so what can I do to surrender to you, O Lord of golden hue? Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You make your way onward with a graceful dancing gait, while in my lonely heart pure love for you awaits. How I crave a drop of that boundless sea, of your eternal love tasted by your devotees. I see the joyous throng that follows you, how merrily they dance, so what can I do to surrender to you, O Lord of golden hue? Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Lord, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is more merciful than any other incarnation, even Krishna himself. Because he is bestowing what no one else has ever given before, pure love for Krishna. Yes, I see the joyous man that follows you, how merrily they dance, so what can I do to surrender to you, O Lord of golden hue? Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Chaitanya Let's try that again. Mahaprabhu. As we know, when Lord Chaitanya appears in this world, he does not come by himself, but he comes with his internal potencies and with his devotees. So let us chant again. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari together. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Kurukshetra, Shri Radha Shiva Sani Gaur Bhakta. Panchatattva ki jai. So, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so many great devotees followed in his footsteps. There was Rupa Goswami, Sri Damodar, and Sanatana Goswami were his direct disciples. And after them came Raghunath Jiva Krishna Dasa, Narottam Vishwanath Bhaladeva, Jagannath Pati Vinod Gaura Kishora, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. His divine grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Prabhupada is the 32nd Acharya in the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. And he appeared, what year? 1896, yes. And it's interesting how when he was just 4 years old, there was a great plague in Calcutta. And everyone was like dying right and left. But this old Babaji, he came out, he just started doing Hare Krishna Kirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna It's described in the Lilamrita that Srila Prabhupada would be hanging on to his father at the age of 4 years old, and he'd be dancing to the kirtan. And guess what happened? The plague went away by the power of the holy name. And then later on, Gaur Mahande, Srila Prabhupada's father, Prabhupada says that we lived simply, but we always had plenty. There was always enough to eat, enough cloth, enough shelter. And Srila Prabhupada explains that his father would always be inviting 4 to 5 people to come for prasadam on a daily basis. And he'd always, whenever these sadhus would come to his home, he'd ask them, please, bless my son that he will become very pleasing to Srimati Radharani, and thus become her devotee. So Srila Prabhupada, as you know, came in 1965 to the West. And I just remember when I was 11 years old, I remember lighting on the candles in my birthday cake. In 1965, all of the United States was up in flames. And 2 people actually set themselves on fire in protest of the war in Vietnam. The day I appeared, there was a riot at the beginning of the Watts riots in Los Angeles. 34 people killed. It was the first time that the Afro-Americans said, we've had enough. We're just tired of being treated in a subhuman way. So they began to riot. And thousands and thousands, millions of dollars of buildings were burned. And so Srila Prabhupada came at a time that was incredibly full of turmoil. So I thought, in the spirit of, we've heard some different styles of music. We've heard the classical style. We've heard the folk style. We're going to hear some raga style of music. But I'd like to share with you something of that era. Does anyone know what that music was? What was the music of the 60s? Rock and roll, right? So, and it's interesting how even Srila Prabhupada was able to engage these people. Like there was many great bands at those times, Jefferson Airplane, the Grateful Dead, Janis Joplin. They helped raise money for the temple in San Francisco. So they also came to Woodstock. So I'd like to share with you a song from that era about some personal experiences I had growing up. I have to switch parts because I can't do rock music classical guitar. And this is not real rock music because we're not going to have drums and the black bass, lead guitars, it's just It's interesting, your temple was built in the 60s, 1967. So in the song we're going to talk a little about 1967. I just remember in 65 going to a church and all of a sudden seeing outside crosses burning, the cross was burning. And the Ku Klux Klan had come to protest the civil rights movement. So anyways, we'll hear about that in the song. Oh yes. Is it good enough? Can everyone hear the guitar? Yeah. Okay. 11 candles burning on my birthday cake in 1965. My obviously it wasn't meant to be. So that set the stage. So when Srila Prabhupada came in 1965, that was the mood of the times. And I remember the hope that came to me, I was afraid of. I remember I was walking in Boston Square and I saw these devotees chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And they had shaved heads. And they had these little ponytails on the back. And they're wearing these bed sheets. I was terrified. I was walking down the street and I saw them and I immediately went to the other side of the street just to avoid them, to get away from them. But that following year, it was a couple years later, I remember my mother was an English teacher and she taught English. And a very popular book at that time was called Siddhartha, written by a German author, Hermann Hesse. And it was kind of like part of a countercultural sensation amongst people. So she wanted to have some real live Buddhists to come to her class and talk about Buddha, to give the students some context. And she thought anybody with a bald head was a Buddhist. So she saw these Hare Krishnas in downtown Wilmington, Delaware, chanting Hare Krishna. She said, "Oh, can you come to my class and talk about Buddha?" And they said, "Of course we can," because it was Nindasi Yaga, Jateraha, Judah. What how's it go? Nindasi Yaga, Hera Shuta Jatam, Sadaya Vridya, Rashita Pashagatam, Keshavadrita Buddha Sariyada. Right? He's the ninth incarnation of Vishnu, so of course we can talk about Buddha, right? I don't think they sang her that song, but they say they came. And then the following week, one of her students came to my house, and she told me, "Your mother invited these far-out people to come to her class and talk about Buddha." And they chanted hard, and he taught me this mantra: Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So I thought, that's kind of cool, I wasn't so afraid this time because it was coming from someone that I knew. He was an artist, and I really respected him. And he wasn't wearing bed sheets. He had long hair, so I could identify with that. But then I remember shortly after that, my mother wanted to go to Kennett Square to buy some mushrooms. And it still is, but by that time Kennett Square was called the mushroom capital of the world. And I just got into an argument with her, and I just really wanted to annoy her. She was getting under my skin, and I wanted to get under her skin. Get an anxiety. So I began to think, what can I do to get her angry? And I thought, oh yes, her student taught me that mantra. I began to chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. And she shouted, "Shut up! Stop that!" And the more I chanted loudly, the more angry she got. Just shut up! I can't stand it. Right? So I was so happy. But what happened when I chanted Hare Krishna, even though my motive was to give her pain, I started feeling this peace in my head. That, oh my God, maybe there's something to this. And that's why I began to seriously want to find out more about this Hare Krishna mantra. So the following summer, there was a festival. We lived in a park called Rockford Park, and some devotees were chanting. syllables Krishna. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance upon the tongue. We then desire many tongues. Of the ears, we then desire many millions of years. And when the holy name of Krishna dances in the corners of the heart, So that hooked me, hearing that soft, mellow chanting of the Lord's name as opposed to the insanity that was going around us. And the following year, 1968, remember Martin Luther King was assassinated. I happened to be in Georgia at the time. We went to his funeral. Remember, when I came back I was born in Wilmington, Delaware, and when I came back, the National Guard, riots began to happen all over the United States. Chicago, Los Angeles, Detroit. Fires were burning. And I just remember where I was living. You wake up in the morning and you see National Guard driving by in their jeeps with rifles. The question was at the beginning, like, how was a dancing white elephant? You know, the journey of these dancing white elephants. So many devotees like myself, you know, we're born in America, we're born Christian. How we made this transition. So, of course, the Maha Mantra is one way in which we made this transition. But there's another way, another element that helped us, and it was reading Srila Prabhupada's. Since today, this is the month of Kartik, it is explained that if you read Bhagavad Gita, study Bhagavad Gita in the month of Kartik, you no longer have to take birth again in this material. I'd like to sing like the verses from the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita where Arjuna is having his meltdown. Did anyone here ever have a meltdown? Just, you feel like, I just can't go on anymore like this, right? Well, Arjuna was having this to such an extent, he was shaking, and he was ready to leave the battlefield. So these are some verses. I'd like all of you to play the part of Krishna. I'll play the part of Arjuna. I'd like to pass out some Bhagavad Gita verses, and after I sing Arjuna's part, I'd like you to read these verses. So, as I play music to the verses. Actually, I arranged these verses according to age. So, Boo, how old are you? 17. 17, okay. I will give you this 17th verse of the 5th chapter. Okay. Prabhu, how old are you? 17. Oh, okay. Well, how about if I give you 18 because I haven't heard 17. Anyone else like to read while we do some chanting? Prabhu, how old are you? 46. Okay. So we'll give you a verse. And we'll give out one more. How about from the ladies' side? Maybe to make it even, let's give out 3 more to the ladies. Well, actually, I won't ask you your age, so I'll just give you 3 verses in the past of that. It's so painful to see friends and family so eager to fight with me. I'm trembling all over, my hands are shaking. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you one more thing. Then after you read your verses, after you play the part of Krishna, we're going to read from the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we have some hand movements, okay, to go with this. We go. I think you all look very, very effulgent and intelligent, so I'm sure you can pick this up. The hand movements of Krishna says, I am the light of the sun. So in hand language, this is I am the light of the sun. We make a circle. Okay. I am the light of the sun. Okay. The sun shines. Okay. I am the light of the sun that shines in everyone. I'm the breath of life. Breath of life of all that lives. Okay. Of seasons, I am flower-bearing spring. So it's like a flower coming up. Of seasons, I am flower-bearing spring. I'm the warmth and light that fire brings. So this is just like fire. Flickering. I'm the taste that pure water gives. So it's like 3, and you take it to your mouth, like you're drinking from a cup. I am the ability man. This is very macho. You take your thumbs, and you push down. I am the ability man. I am the fragrance of flowers growing on the land. So you pretend you're picking up a flower, and you sniff in each nostril like that. I am the fragrance of the flowers going on the land. I'm the moonlight descending from above. So moon is like a sea, and you take it from your eye, and go like this. That's the moonlight. You just shine it. Of senses, I am the mind. Can anyone guess what the hand gesture for mind is? Yes, exactly. Yeah, you go like this. So if you ever meet someone who speaks sign language, you can speak a little sign language like that. And of subduers, I am time. Does anyone know what time would be? Yes. Point to your watch. Right? And of procreators, this is the last one. Of procreators, I am the God of love. So this is love. You just embrace yourself. You go like this. You squeeze your shoulders together. And you embrace yourself. So we also have to learn to love ourselves too, right? So those are the hand movements. So now we'll begin. My dear Krishna, it's so painful to see friends and family so eager to fight with me. I'm trembling all over, my hands are shaking, my skin is burning, my heart is breaking, my invincible bow is slipping from my hands. On this field of battle I can no longer stand. I'm so confused, please make it clear, my dear Lord. Why am I here? How can I possibly justify killing my kinsmen to gratify the greed in my heart for an empire? I'd rather burn alive on a funeral pyre than kill any of my kith and kin. Oh, Krishna, killing them and not forgiving them is the greatest sin. I must do what is morally right. Turn back, Krishna. I will not fight. So I don't think we have a microphone here, so you have to speak as loudly as you can.
One's intelligence, mind, faith, and refuge are all fixed and supreme. If one becomes fully cleansed of misgivings, complete knowledge, he thus proceeds straight on the path of awakening. Sages, by virtue of true knowledge,
fragrance of flowers growing on the land. Moonlight descending from above. Senses, I am the mind, subdues by time. Of procreators, I am the God of love. But these are just a spark of my splendor to help you always remember. So today we discussed how the Mahamantra and how the Bhagavad Gita can purify even the lowest of mankind. But there is one more before ending I'd like to share with you. That is the association of pure devotees. Like Prabhupada. So I'd like to end with a song about Prabhupada. And at the end of the song, I'd like you to reflect maybe on what is it that Srila Prabhupada has given to you in your life. I'll begin with a prayer that he wrote when he came in 1965 as he got off the Jaladuta. My dear Lord Krishna, you're so kind upon this useless soul. I do not know why you brought me here. Now you can do whatever you like with me. I guess you must have some business here. Otherwise, why would you bring me to this terrible place? Most of the population here is covered by the material modes of passion and ignorance. Absorbed in material life, they think themselves very happy and satisfied, and therefore have no taste for the transcendental names of Vasudeva. But I do know that your causeless mercy can make everything possible, because you are the most expert mystic, most spiritual master of all the worlds. I can only repeat your message, and if you like, you can make my power speaking suitable for the understanding. Only by your causeless mercy will my words become pure. Designated as bhakti Vedanta. So now if you like, you can fulfill the real purport of bhakti Vedanta. Signed, the most unfortunate, insignificant beggar, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. On board the ship Jaladuta, Commonwealth Pier, Boston, Massachusetts, 1965. When we reach the ocean of suffering that has no shore, stop a beating, please help our spirits soar on the flower airplane of Krishna's home.
Please help us always remain with you, Prabhupada. Please look down from heaven upon this shadowland. When we gasp our last breath, please take our hand and show us the way beyond the night and day, where Krishna and Balaram play with you, Prabhupada. Every September, devotees remember when you stood on the boardwalk all alone, when the seagulls were flying as they were crying. You started on looking towards your home, and as the boats were leaving, your heart was weeping. Will I ever see Vrindavan again? But then you remembered your spiritual master and stayed here to boldly declare the glory and power of Krishna's name. There is no darkness, calamity or pain that can take away the fortune we had when you came to this cold, dark, lonely place, giving us a chance to taste the love nectar of Lord Krishna's smiling face. Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Prabhupada, for bringing a temple to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Thank you, thank you, Prabhupada, for bringing a temple to Harrisburg, PA. Thank you, thank you, for bringing such wonderful devotees to Harrisburg, PA. Thank you, thank you. Would anyone like to finish it? Maybe anything that we can finish this, the verses, like something with Srila Prabhupada you feel grateful for. Can you think of anything that Srila Prabhupada's given us that makes us feel grateful? Mahamudra, yes. Thank you, thank you. For giving us the power. Anyone else? What's that? Peace. Thank you, for giving us so much peace. Let's try one more. What's that? Books. Thank you, for bringing us so much. Thank you, Prabhupada. continue the next choir from.
Hare Krishna. Another wonderful round of applause. Singer, bringing us transcendental knowledge, and the fun part of it was the interactive part too.
Thank you so much.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma
Sadma Pando Mui Savadana Mati Pando Mui Savadana Mati Jahara Prasade Bhai Vibhavatu Yajai Jahara Prasade Bhai Vibhavatu Yajai Krishna Prapti Ho Jati Krishna Prapti Ho Jati Padma Vakya Chite Te Koliya Kya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chite Te Koliya Kya Harana koi ho mane asha Harana koi ho mane asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Uttama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Uttama Gati Pasade Pure Sava Asha Ye Pasade Pure Sava Asha Takodan diloje jande jande babu se Takodan diloje jande jande babu se Prema bhakti jahote habi javi nasajate Prema bhakti jahote habi javi nasajate Vede jaya jahara charito Vede jaya jahara charito Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu Lokana lokera jivana Lokana lokera jivana Ah Prabhu koro doya deho more pada jaya 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 Vejas kusufte bhuvana Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Jaya Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo. Namah Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prasnaya Bhutale. Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauramani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Dishatharine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Jaya Go Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Go Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Go Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Go Bhakta Vrinda Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rakshama Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rakshama Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Pahima Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Pahima Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jagana, Jaya Jagana, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jagana, Jaya Jagana, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nithai Gora Haribo, 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 Nithai Gora Haribo. Nithai Gora Haribo, 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 Nithai Gora Haribo. Gora Premanande. Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Privajikacharya Stotra Satyasri Srimad Divine Grace H.T. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Privajikacharya Stotra Satyasri Srimad Divine Grace Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavini Ki Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki ISKCON Foundacharya Shri Prabhupada Ki प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा धाम की नवद्वीप धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जगन्नाथ स्वामी की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki, Samveda Bhaktavinda ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Kurukshetra. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Hiranyakashipu Vaksha Silatankanakalayi Silatankanakalayi Nestinga Paraton Singo Yato Yato Yanitato Nestinga Baihi Nesingo Hidayi Nesingo Narasimhamani Saranam Papaji. Narasimhamani Saranam Papaji. Bhavakara Kamaravare Naka Abuchasinga Alitai Anyakasipu Anubenga Ishavarita Arari Rupa Jaya Jagadishare Jaya Jagadishare Jaya Jagadishare. Avakara Kamaravare Naka Abuchasinga Lalita Hiranyakasipu Tanubenga Ishavarita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadishare Jai Jagadishare Jaya Jagadishari. Jaya Nachingade, 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 Jaya Nachingade. Jaya Palan Marai, Palan Marai, Palan Marai, Jaya Palan Marai. Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo. सिंह भगवान की प्रहलाद महाराज की गौर प्रेमानंदी.
It's fine. Yeah. So Go like here. Namami Shvaram Satchidanandurupam Vasat Kulalam Goku Le Brajamanam Yashodabiya Lokala Davamana Param Rashan Antanto Chochuchakopya Udantamuhu Nitra Yugman Binjantam Karamboja Yugmena Santakanitram Svakampatire kankakanta Stita dava ramararam bhakti badam Iti diksalila birananda kunde Svagoshamir manjantam akyapayantam Tvadiyeshita geshu bhakta jitatvam Punastvam Shattavriti Bandhe Varam Deva Mokshana Moksha Bodhimva Nachanyam Vinneha Api Vashaviha Nidante Vapurnata Gopala Bala Sada Memanasya Vidistam Kimanyai Idam te mukham bojam panjantam ila Vitam kundalai snigdha raktashakopya Muhuschumbitam bimba raktadharame Manya savirastam alam lakshalabai Namo Devo Damodara Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Dukab Chalabhimagam
Kripa Drishti Vrishyati Dinam Bhatanu Grihameshu Mam Agyam Edyaksha Drishyawe. Rama Jabada Mitya Vayadvat Tvaya Mochya Tata Bhakti Vaja Kutaucha. Tata Prima Bhaktim Svakame Payacha Namokshika Homesti Damodareha. Namaste stu Dhamne Spiratipti Dhamne Tvadiya Dorayata Vishvasati Dhamne. Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nanta Lilaya Devaya Tubhyam. Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nanta Lilaya Devaya Tubhyam. Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nanta Lilaya Devaya Tubhyam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe. 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 Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki. If someone can turn the back lights so that the whole, thank you, Haribol. Want to welcome devotees to our Sunday program. Thank you so much for coming out. And we want to thank His Grace Kripamoya Prabhu for a wonderful journey. It was, as you were guiding us through the journey of the 60s, Prabhu, I have to say how easy we got it in Krishna consciousness and how much you really pushed it. And all of your God family, thank you so much for giving us and being with us and giving us the strength to carry on Prabhupada's mission. Haribol. And please do come visit us often. Hare Krishna. We have few guests amongst us, and I was just told Harish Soni. Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming. And I was told that you just recently moved from Chicago? Illinois. Haribol. And your whole family is here. Wonderful. I'm trying to look for your family members. Hare Krishna, Mother. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming. Since you are here, please do come visit us every Sunday. We are open every Sunday, so we would love to have your family. It was nice to see you dance too, so since you know how we do things in an ISKCON temple. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. And we have Jason. Hare Krishna. Haribol. Nice to have you. And your friend next to you is? Perumal. Nice to have you too. Thank you for coming. Wonderful. Did I miss any other new guests that sometimes, my eyesight is not very good, so just want to make sure that I don't forget anyone. Few announcements, very, very quick. Next Saturday, we have 8-hour kirtan. And if you have seen our e-bulletins and our WhatsApp groups, we have Kirtanians coming from 5 different states. So from Montreal, North Carolina, New Jersey, Philadelphia, and I forgot one other state, so it's not in my mind. Baltimore. So we will probably have more. It starts from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Yes, there will be lunch and dinner prasadam provided. So please do come and really soak in the holy name. It's a beautiful time to just sit for 8 hours and just chant the holy name with so many devotees. It's a wonderful experience. So please do join us on Saturday. This coming Saturday, October 22nd, our 8-hour kirtan. And next Tuesday is Govardhan Puja. It's an evening program. It starts at 6 o'clock and it goes on till about 8:30, and it's a time where we don't fast. This is the only festival in ISKCON where we do not fast, we feast. You just got to put the E in it. So please do join us on that evening. We have a wonderful program for you. We have Damda Rasakam up, as usual. We will have a very nice play. I'm looking forward to the play because it's put together by Mother Krishna Priya. She's actually the daughter of Kripamoya Prabhu and his wife. Naveen Sham, where is he? He ran away. It's his father-in-law. So we have a very wonderful group of family here. And I have to say that I can see why your daughter is artistic, because you're very creative yourself, Prabhu. She got that from you, I think, because she really worked. She has a nice drama put together, so I'm looking forward to singing next Tuesday. So please do come out and join us for a wonderful Govardhan Puja on Tuesday, 6 o'clock. And Friday, October 28th is Srila Prabhupada's disappearance. Falls on a Friday. It's going to be an evening program, 6 o'clock. Please do join us. It's a beautiful time. It's one of my favorite festivals. And one of it is because we get to have kachoris. Should probably love Kachori Mukha, I think is what he was called. So, so please do come out on Friday, 6 o'clock. To join us for Prabhupada's disappearance. If you're not receiving our e-bulletins where we send out twice a week, please do see myself or Kripamoya Prabhu right here, and we will add you onto our e-bulletin. We do have extra clay pots. We gave out some last week. I'm waiting for my daughter to bring the others over. Where? The gatekeeper? Oh, this one, sorry. Can you please put it out there? So some of you did not get the flower pots, so please do come get the flower pots as a clay pot. What we would like you to do is decorate it as beautifully as you can. Painting, decorating, drawing, what have you. Do whatever you want to it, but decorate it really nice. And bring your offering in that pot and offer it to the Lord. So at the end of the program, when everything is over, that pot becomes your pot and it's Maha pot. You can put it on your desk. You can grow tulsi in it if you want. That's another nice way. You can put it on your windowsill in the kitchen. It becomes Maha. So please, I know some of you didn't get it or want more or didn't get enough. Please do get them. This, I'll be honest, we cleaned out Lowe's. So if you go to any Lowe's or Home Depot, you're not going to find it. So please, this is the last batch we found. Take as much as you want. If you need more questions, please do come see me. Until then, thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful evening. Please join us for prasadam downstairs. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. Can you say the prasadam prayer? Jaldi, jaldi.
Mahaprasade Govinde, Namo Brahmane Vaishnave, Namo Brahmane Vaishnave, Svalpa Punyavatam Rajan, Svalpa Punyavatam Rajan, Vishwasune Vijayate, Vishwasune Vijayate, Sharira Vityajal, Sharira Vityajal, Jogendriya Dahekal, Jogendriya Dahekal, Jive Pele Vishesagore, Pele Vishesagore, Ramate Jivayati, Ramate Jivay, Lobhol Moy Sudharmati, Tak Jatak Tin Samsare, Jatak Tin Samsare, Krishna Baro Daya Moy, Krishna Baro Daya, Gori Bare Jiva Jai, Bare Jiva, Swaprasadam Dilo Bhai, Swaprasadam Dilo, Sayanam Rita Pao, Sayanam Rita Pao, Radha Krishna Guna Gao, Radha Krishna. Premita ko Chaitanya Nitai, Premita ko Chaitanya, Jai Nimai, Jai Nitai, Jai Nimai, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Vasadi Gaur. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Mahaprasadam ki. Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Prasadam is served downstairs.